Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Dalia, and I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day today. So as you can tell by the title of the video, we are doing a speed build. More specifically, we are decorating the front of my resident services. Kind of a continuation of my entrance speed build, so let's get started. If you guys like today's video, please let me know what you think in the comments and by liking the video. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on any future videos that I upload, and so that you can join the wonderful community that we are building here on YouTube. So without further ado, let's just get started with today's video. We are starting by doing a little bit of terraforming. I don't do a lot of terraforming in this video, but unfortunately I built up this giant cliff because I was going to make a waterfall and kind of like a little bridge moment leading from my Able Sisters and my Nook's Cranny, but I actually ended up getting rid of this whole area. Like, I don't keep any of the cliffs that I built up, but I thought I would show you guys kind of like what I had in mind. But basically I had this little mini pond that I already built from my Able's speed build, like my Able Sisters build, so I wanted to extend it and do a little bridge, which I was originally intending on doing in this area in the beginning anyway, so I figured I might as well include a little bridge here just to kind of separate the areas from Nook's Cranny and the Able Sisters from the resident services. So I just built this little kind of pond river kind of thing, and I kept having to stop because all my villagers were talking to each other. So we have Dobie and Filbert having a little conversation, and then later on Dobie and Marshall have a conversation, and then Filbert and Marshall have a conversation. So we were really busy today and got a lot of interactions from our villagers, which is pretty common with my builds. I'm always being interrupted or spending time with my villagers during our speed build. So let's get back to it. I wanted to make sure that this little river was big enough in order to fit a bridge, but not so big that it took up a lot of space. Here I'm already starting to mess with the cliffs and realizing that I really don't like the way that they're looking. So honestly, I don't even know why I kept this in the build, but I kind of want to show you guys like what I had in mind originally, and I kind of wish I really went with the like waterfall idea, but I just couldn't make it work with the amount of space that I had. And like I said, here's Marshall and Dobie having a little conversation. I love having our villagers just casually talk to one another. Their interactions are always so entertaining to me. And then here's Filbert and Marshall. I'm pretty sure out of all three conversations I overheard, the Marshall and Filbert one is definitely my favorite. There's something so cute about the lazies interacting with the smug villagers. I don't know, it's so cute. Okay, we're back to it. I had to quickly grab the bridge we're gonna need. I ended up going with the, oh gosh, I can't remember what this bridge is called. The like really flat bridge, whatever it's called. That's the bridge I ended up going with. I was thinking like maybe I could use the suspension bridge, but I like the way that this bridge looked in the area. And of course, my villagers were in the way. I kept asking Filbert to leave nicely, and he wasn't cooperating, and I felt bad. So I tried once more, and then Dobie sat down, so I just jumped over to the other side of the river and hoped that I could get the terraforming to work on this side without having to try to get them to move again. And I finally got the bridge the way that I wanted to. This is the bridge I was talking about, if you had no idea which one I meant. And yeah, after that I was pretty much almost set on like not using these cliffs at all. So I slowly started to destroy them, and I was even trying to like, I don't know, I was trying to like make it work, like relocate it a little bit and like make it smaller, but then with the waterfall. It's impossible. I don't know. It's really hard to make cliffs and waterfalls work together. So I took a moment to step away from the water terraforming, which I hate doing so much, and I started doing a little bit of pathing. I decided to use the dirt path for this area leading up to resident services because I already used it in the little enchanted like forest that I have on the right side, so I felt like it made the most sense to kind of like just keep them cohesive across. On the other side where my entrance is, I did use the daisy path, but I like the way that I use the dirt path in this one because I use a lot of trees in this build, and it definitely gives it that foresty vibe that I'm still trying to maintain while I'm doing a more Springcore island. Can we take a moment to appreciate the look on Dobie's face? While he's trying to lift the weights, he looks so cute. Oh my gosh. So ultimately this build is going to be connecting 3 separate areas. It's going to be connecting the entrance to resident services as well as the little forest that I have that's right off the lake, and then obviously my shopping area, which if you haven't seen my last 2 recent builds, both of those were the shopping areas because I redid my nooks and ables, and if you haven't seen that, I'll leave the link to them both in the description for you to check out if you want. I'm extremely happy with the way that the areas turned out, so I would love if you guys would check them out too. And then the one I actually did before this was my entrance, so I'll leave the link for those 3 in my description, but you can also check them out in the speed build playlist I have on my channel, which I will link as well. And as you saw, I got rid of the cliffs. I eventually gave up and decided to make like a little pond. So essentially it's like a waterfall with a lake, and then it's like a waterfall with a lake. It's like a waterfall with a little bridge and then a lake off to the side. And I made like this little duck pond area that you'll see soon that I'm actually in love with. I think it's so cute. So here I was just trying to make the river smaller so that it can kind of like expand out into a bigger pond area. And like I said, I was working with a very small amount of space because I still had this cliff from the entrance that I had to work with that's kind of like pressed up against the nook's cranny. So I tried to keep that cliff as small as possible and still make the water terraforming around it work. So just watch me kind of like struggle with my water terraforming for a little bit, and then I'll be back soon. So I just quickly paid off the bridge, which I almost actually forgot to do, and then I just time dumped to the next day and was just like fixing up the pathing a little bit before jumping to the next day because I wanted to make sure that the bridge was moved in the right spot, and that I did a little bit more water terraforming around the area to make it fit a little better. Then after time jumping, I loved the way the bridge turned out. I love the positioning of it. I thought it was so perfect. And can we take a moment to like acknowledge Eric sitting on that bench over there, because we're gonna do another daily dose of serotonin in a couple of minutes when we stop for a second and say hi to Eric. You guys know what I mean when we come to it. But I was just running around and planting some trees, trying to figure out where I wanted to put some trees. So here's your daily dose of serotonin. Please enjoy Eric sitting on a bench with some birds on his antlers. Alright, now we're officially back to it, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I love throwing in those little moments of like my villagers just hanging out around the area while I'm building, and let me know if you guys like it because I want to include more in future builds and other videos, so let me know that you guys enjoy those little moments. So I had already built this little flower garden where I used only tulips and hyacinths, but I realized that I actually liked it better on the other side of the resident services area, so I do move it to the other side, and I kind of did like this like pattern with them. You'll see when it's finished what it looks like. I'm not 100% set on if I like it, but I wanted to do like a little like flower garden, so I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, and then the place that I put the previous flower garden, I make a little picnic area because what else am I going to put there but a picnic area? So I put a picnic blanket down and then a couple of items, so that's what I'll be doing next. So enjoy the music and I'll be back to talk to you guys soon. And if you guys are curious, all the creator codes that I use in this build as well as on any other part of my island, so any other speed builds you might have seen me do, I will list in the description as well as the creator's social media if I'm able to find it. So if you guys are looking for any creator code, please feel free to check the description, and if I happen to miss anyone, please let me know and I'll see if I'm able to find it. I try to be as thorough as possible with it, but sometimes some of them can't get a little bit messed up because there's so many. So I went around the area and planted some shrubs, and then I time jumped to the next day and actually started stunting some of the trees because I wanted some of the trees to be in the second stage, I guess you can call it, of growth. And yeah, then I slowly started decorating the little picnic area. I kept it really simple and just put a couple of items down that I thought looked cute together. I try to keep all my picnic areas like looking different from one another, so I think I managed to make this one a little bit different than the other ones I've used. I used an essay set and a couple of other items I haven't really used a lot in some picnic blanket areas, so yeah. And then I started customizing a couple of decoy ducks because, like I said, I made a little duck pond where the little pond area is, and I love the decoy ducks. You know me, I use the decoy ducks in a lot of builds, and this build is no different. And I actually have this like adorable little duck trio at like my entrance. And I think it's so cute. I love the decoy ducks, and I used to honestly customize them in all like the different colors, but I'm kind of just set on only using like the plain ducks and not like the mallards or anything right now. So yeah, I just customized a couple of those. I had already put the little water puddle design down, and I was originally honestly just gonna put 3 little ducks in a row here, and I ended up actually changing it up later, and I actually put a duck in like the middle of the little pond, so I do a little bit more customizing and terraforming. And then I put down this little bean toss kit, and it kind of looks like it's a little bag of like seeds or something, so like people are coming by and like feeding the ducks or something. I don't know, I just thought it looked really cute sitting on the log bench. And yeah, then I had to like move the tree because I was like trying to make the pond bigger, and I couldn't get it to work. Like for some reason the tree like refused to plant anywhere else. So I kind of just gave up on that. And then just to kind of connect all the areas together, I put the little destination signpost because it kind of like indicates that like you're currently about to like veer off in like multiple different directions, and like there's like a lot of like directions you can go in, I guess. I don't know. So I put that there, and then I put a little street lamp down just to have like a little bit of like at least one lighting fixture in this build. And then I had to time jump again, and all my villagers are hanging out in the plaza doing some little exercises, so we took a moment to like wave and say hello, and then we went right back to building. And at this point I was pretty much finished with the video, so at this point I was just placing some flowers and weeds, and a bunch of like QR codes and a bunch of other random designs on the ground. I wanted this to feel very full and overgrown, much like the rest of the areas around it, and I think I succeeded in that. I really like the way that this whole area ended up turning out. Like, I think it's different than the entrance, but it's similar enough that it's very cohesive. I don't know, I feel like I did a really good job with this build, and I'm extremely happy with it. And like I said, I moved the ducks around a little bit, and I ended up putting another bench down. And I just love the way that this looks. Like, I don't know, it's like a little duck pond that people can like visit and like feed the ducks. I don't know. Alright, so we've time jumped. Everything is grown in where it's supposed to be grown. And I'm ready to show you guys the finished product, which I am so excited to show you because I love the way that it turned out. So let's go check it out. Look how amazing everything looks grown in. We have Labelle hanging out with us today, or Label, however you want to call it, and we have Filbert hanging out with us at the end of the video like he did at the start. So we go across this bridge leading over to the resident services. This little picnic area I think is so cute. Like I said, I try to keep them all different from one another, and I think this one is so cute. And you can come over to this little pond where the ducks are, take some photos, feed them a little bit, and yeah, I think that's such a cute little spot. Oh my god, I love it. Alright, that wraps up today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and leave a comment down below letting me know that you guys liked today's video. As well, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Would love to have you join this small community that we are growing here on YouTube. And speaking of community, if you guys would like, all my social medias will be listed in the description box as well, if you guys would like to follow me on any of them from Instagram or Twitter. So that's everything for today. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!